Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of this FIFA 21 ratings series. If you do enjoy this one, make sure you drop a like and of course, please subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're trying to get to 20,000 by the end of the year. Let's do it, let's smash it. In today's episode, we're going to be tackling the champions of Europe, Bayern Munich. This should be an interesting one. It's the first one that's not in the Premier League. I've done my research, I've had a little look around, and it's going to be great. The simple concept of the series is we take a team FIFA 20 squad and then we look at what I think is going to be their starting 11 next season, and then we predict their FIFA 21 ratings. I tell you why, and then after you've watched it or during you watch it, you guys should comment down below what you think of my opinions. I respond to every single comment, and yeah, I think it's going to be a great time. Anyway, I think we're going to get in today's episode super quickly. Let's get started with the goalkeeper. Alright, so of course Bayern Munich's goalkeeper is Manuel Neuer, an incredible keeper. I believe he joined Bayern Munich in 2011 and he has literally had an incredible career there so far, including being the goalkeeper as when they won the Champions League. Now he's rated 88 and I think he's actually going to stay at 88. Not because he hasn't necessarily had a really good season or a really bad season, which would keep him 88, but I think that is the perfect level for him. He did used to be the 90-91 level keeper. He has dropped down a tiny bit as he's maturing, getting older, and I think 88 is a really, really good rating. Now, because of winning the Champions League, I could see him getting boosted up to an 89, as he was had an incredible performance in the final. But I think personally they're just going to keep him at 88. Next is an incredibly interesting one that's going to be a massive rating. We have Alphonso Davies, the Canadian left back. Now he has burst onto the scene massively. He is one of the best left backs in the world, if not at the moment the best. He's had a massive breakout season. He is the most incredibly fast player you'll ever see. When I went to watch Chelsea Bayern Munich play, I was a couple of rows away from the front when they beat us 3-0, and he literally ran past me. It was so quick, he was almost blurry. He has had a fantastic season. So he started as a left mid, I believe, at 72 rating this season. He wasn't too heard of, just come from the MLS, and now he's broken through. I think he's going to get a 12 upgrade to 84. Now, I normally don't think they'll do that big upgrades, but considering he is so incredible, he's just won the Champions League, he's won the German League, I think they're going to put him up to an 84, which might be one of the biggest upgrades we've ever seen. But he is obviously so clearly an 84 rated player. Could be 83, could be 84. If they wouldn't put restrictions on, I could see him putting on like 85, 86, but I thought that would be a bit too intense, especially as it's only been one season. So I'm giving him a beautiful upgrade to 84. Next we have David Alaba, which is a very interesting one because as Davies has come in and made such a big impact, he's actually been moved to centre back for many games. I'm keeping him at 85 rating, looking for his stats and how he's been seen. I think 85 is a perfect level because he's not been outrageously good to deserve an upgrade, but he's not been bad enough to get a downgrade. I think 85 is a really good level for him. He's a very good player, and very good players are nice at the 85 level. Next again is Jerome Boateng. I'm actually going to be putting him at the same as 84. He's going to stay at 84. The same reasoning really is the fact that you can't really put any of these Bayern Munich players down. Their squad is incredible. One of the best teams I've seen for a very long time in the world. So none of them are really going to go down in my opinion because they've all played great. So I'm keeping Boateng the same. The fact he was starting in the Champions League final and a lot of the Champions League games, and I think he's played nearly like 25 games in the Bundesliga season at his age, and he's performing at the level he is. It's very impressive. Hasn't done enough for me to go up, but I think I'm going to keep him at 84. Next we have Joshua Kimmich. Now, I know he's played probably 2/3 of his games this season in midfield, but I'm going to put him at right back because A, that's what he is this year in FIFA, and B, because of the way of the amount of attackers I've got in the starting 11, I need to put him at right back, so there's space for the midfielders. So I put him up 1. Joshua Kimmich is one of my favourite players to watch when I get the chance to. His passing, his dribbling, his distribution, his footballing brain is just incredible to watch. I'm actually going to boost him up to an 87. I think he's a really integral part of that Bayern Munich team that goes a bit unnoticed, and for that reason I'm putting him up to an 87. I think he is Philipp Lahm reincarnated and maybe even becoming a bit better than him. So yeah, upgrade for him, pretty simple. Get it done, FIFA. Next is Thomas Muller, an absolute veteran of the Bayern Munich team. He's been there probably longer than Neuer for so long in his career, longer than I can remember really. He's had a fantastic season, and for a player of his age, I'm actually giving him a boost of 1. Now, I did have him at 86, staying the same, but I think he has to be improved just because he's turning into a fine wine. He's just getting so much better with age. He's getting a ridiculous amount of goals and assists for a player that should be on the decline. He's only improving. He's very key to that team. He runs so much at his age. Brilliant player. Brilliant. Just such an underrated value in players these days is their press and their ability to run so much and just keep the team going. He's kind of like the engine of Bayern Munich. So for those reasons, I'm upgrading him 1 to 87. Next, we have an interesting in Leon Goretzka. I'm putting him up 1 from an 84 to 85. Again, another player that really acts as an engine for Bayern Munich. I think he's had, as well as a brilliant physical upgrade, which who knows if that's natural or not, allegedly. I think he has had a brilliant season, and whenever I've had the pleasure to watch him, I think he's been fantastic. I actually think he'd be a brilliant player in the Premier League. I think he really suits the Premier League type of midfielder, quite robust, got a massive engine on him, box to box. I think he'd be brilliant at a number of teams in the Prem, but obviously he's happy at Bayern Munich at the moment. Putting him up to an 85, a brilliant performance this season, and 1 upgrade for him. So in my head in this team, we're kind of playing a 4-2-3-1. So next we have our first 3 behind the striker. Coman, a player who I think maybe won man of the match for the final. I'm putting him up to from an 84 to an 86. I think he's had a fantastic season. He's one of the most decorated players I think like ever in football for his age, which is incredible. He just wins so many trophies with so many good clubs. He was playing brilliant. He's rapid, he scores goals, he gets assists. His dribbling and his just like off the mark pace has been pretty outstanding to watch this season. And you'll see a similar theme why I'm putting him up 2 to 86 throughout the other attacking midfielders / wingers, but I'm putting them up 2 for that reason. As you can see next with Serge Gnabry, I'm doing the exact same. I'm putting 84 to 86. I think Coman and Gnabry are pretty much equal. I'd actually borderline say that Gnabry could be cheeky and go up to 87, just because he's been noticeably incredible. If you don't just watch. If you watch football outside the Bundesliga, you'll see like Gnabry scored so many goals against London clubs. Like, he dominated us, scored loads against Tottenham. It's just, he's frightfully good. And I think he's actually going to become one of the best wingers around next season. I think he's going to go even further. I think in FIFA 22, we could even be seeing like an 88 Serge Gnabry. Brilliant player. He's going to have a brilliant season. I've deemed him as like the cam in this front 3, but I still think he'll maintain as a winger on FIFA. Up to an 86, I think that's pretty fair. Next we have Bayern Munich's new signing from Man City, Leroy Sane. Now, he's walking into a team of European champions from Man City. An incredible player, and I think that he wasn't treated the best at Man City. His potential nearly got lowered, so we're going to make sure that doesn't happen at Bayern Munich. I have kept him at an 86 purely because he didn't do much for Man City in his last season, mainly because of injury, fair enough. But when he came on and he did bits and bobs, it wasn't like too incredible because he didn't play that much. But he wasn't bad enough to get downgraded, but not good enough at all, in my opinion, to get fully upgraded. So we're going to get Leroy Sane at 86, meaning that Coman, Gnabry and Sane, in my opinion, are all going to be 86 rated as the wingers of Man City. Obviously there's Perisic as well, who doesn't quite make it into the team for me, which should be interesting. They're going to have a lot of overpowered wingers next year, which is going to be incredible for FIFA. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have the legend, one of the best players in the world, the man that was ripped off from getting the Ballon d'Or, is Lewandowski. I think he's going to get a 3 upgrade from 89 to 92. Personally, I think his original rating of 89 was a bit too low. I think it should have been around 90, and now I think he's going to go to 92. The reason behind this is because your Ronaldos and your Messis are going to be 93 rated, and I think he is around the like 3rd to 5th place of best players in the world, with like the likes of Neymar and Kevin De Bruyne. So I think he fully deserves a 92. He deserves to be one of those top 3 players in FIFA. I really do think so. He's had a fantastic season, scored a stupendous amount of goals. I think it was 55 goals, maybe even close to 60. Ludicrous. I think he got the most assists and most goals in the Champions League. He got the most goals in the Bundesliga, and maybe the most goals in, like, apart from Immobile, he got the most goals in top 5 European competitions. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that is true. Incredible player, deserves to be one of the best players in FIFA, and cannot wait to see how many goals he scores for Bayern Munich next season. Their attack is going to be frightening. That is all for today's video. Let me know what you think about these ratings down below in the comments. I'll see you guys next time.